In the world of technology, some names echo like thunder. They are the faces on magazine covers, the voices at grand conferences. But there are other names, spoken with a quiet respect. These are the builders, the ones who work with steady hands and a clear vision. John, too, is one of these names. He is a co-founder of Kingston Technology, a company that became a giant in the world of computer memory. His story is not one of sudden explosions of fame, but of quiet, deliberate construction. It is a lesson in how patience, partnership, and a focus on people can build an empire that lasts, far from the blinding glare of the spotlight. It shows that true success is not always measured by the noise you make, but by the solid foundation you leave behind. John 2's path was not about chasing the next big thing. It was about making the current thing better, more reliable, and more accessible to everyone. He understood that a business is more than just numbers on a ledger. It is a community of people, employees, partners, and customers, all working toward a common goal. This human-centered approach became the quiet engine of his incredible success. We look at his life not for dramatic tales of corporate battles, but for the calm wisdom it offers. It is a story about a man who, alongside his trusted partner, saw a simple need and decided to fill it with unmatched quality and integrity. They did not set out to change the world overnight. They set out to make a reliable product and treat people fairly. In doing so, they created a company that would touch nearly every corner of the globe. The principles he followed were not complex theories from a business school textbook. They were simple truths, learned through experience, about the value of hard work and the power of trust. This is the story of how John 2 built Kingston. It is an exploration of a career built on practicality and perseverance. We will look at the simple choices he made, the challenges he faced, and the enduring principles that guided him. His life offers a different kind of inspiration. It is not about being the loudest voice in the room, but about building something so strong and so dependable that it speaks for itself. It is a journey that proves that with the right partner and a steady hand, you can build something truly remarkable, one memory chip at a time. Just a calm, thoughtful portrait of John 2, looking directly at the camera with a gentle expression. Every great journey begins with a single step, often on a path that is anything but glamorous. Before the name Kingston was known around the world, John 2 was learning his craft from the ground up. He was not in a pristine corporate office, but in the trenches of the technology world. He worked in small repair shops, service centers, his hands deep inside the machines that were just beginning to change society. Here, he learned the intricate language of circuits and components. He learned how to diagnose a problem, how to find a solution, and most importantly, how to listen to a customer's frustration and turn it into relief. These early jobs were his real education. They were not just about technical skill, they were about understanding people. He saw firsthand that behind every broken machine was a person who needed help, a student with a paper to finish, a small business owner with records to keep. He learned that speed and reliability were not just business metrics, they were forms of service. This deep empathy for the end user would become a cornerstone of his future enterprise. He wasn't just fixing parts. He was restoring a person's ability to work, create, and connect. It was in these humble beginnings that the seeds of a customer-first philosophy were planted. The turning point in any great story often comes with the meeting of like minds. For John 2, that moment arrived when he met David's son. They were two engineers who shared more than just a technical background, they shared a mindset. They saw the same gaps in the market, felt the same drive to fill them with quality. They talked for hours about schematics, market trends, values. They believed in honesty, in building something to last, and in treating employees like family. Their conversations were the blueprint for a partnership built on mutual respect and unwavering trust. This connection was the catalyst. John and David found in each other a complementary spirit. Where one saw a challenge, the other saw an opportunity. They decided to combine their skills, their savings, their shared vision into a single venture. It was a risk, as all new beginnings are. With a partnership solidified, John 2 and David's son embarked on their first venture. Their early days were the classic story of entrepreneurial grit. They did not begin in a gleaming high-rise, but in a garage, surrounded by parts, tools, a powerful idea. The idea was simple but profound in a rapidly growing personal computer market: create reliable memory modules. Finding memory that worked consistently was a challenge. The two founders decided to tackle it head-on. They wouldn't just sell memory. They'd engineer it for perfection, testing every single chip to meet exacting standards. Their first company, Kingston, succeeded, but trials followed. After they sold it, the 1987 stock market crash wiped out their fortunes. It could have ended them. Instead, it became their true beginning. With about $2,000 left, they went back to what they knew. They saw a shortage for a specific memory chip. This was their second act chance. They named the new company Kingston, after the Kingston Trio. The name spoke of harmony and collaboration. Growth was methodical. They didn't chase VC or flashy marketing. They focused on the product and the customer. Their process was rigorous. Every module leaving their facility was tested. If a customer had a problem, they took the phone and solved it personally. That focus built a reputation bigger than any ad. Word spread among builders and enthusiasts. Buy Kingston if you want memory that works. Trust let them scale step by step. Demand grew. Production expanded without sacrificing testing. They hired people who shared their work ethic and their dedication to the customer. Suppliers became partners. The company grew by earning one customer's loyalty at a time. The garage became a small office, then a larger facility, as the quiet hum of well-made products began to resonate across the industry. Kingston's ascent was not a sudden explosion, but a steady, powerful climb. John II. David's son steered their company with a philosophy of measured growth. While competitors were taking on massive debt to expand rapidly, they chose a more conservative path. They reinvested their profits back into the business, funding new equipment research talent. This approach made them resilient. When market downturns hit and other companies faltered, Kingston stood on a solid financial foundation, able to weather the storm and even gain market share. Their growth was organic, built on real demand and real profits, not speculation. A major milestone came in 1996, a moment that truly showcased their unique approach. SoftBank, a Japanese multinational conglomerate, offered to buy 80% of Kingston for $1.5 billion. They accepted the deal, a move that made them billionaires overnight. The most remarkable part was what happened next. The founders immediately set aside $100 million to be shared among their employees as bonuses. It was an act of gratitude that cemented the company's family-like culture. It sent a clear message. The success of Kingston was a shared success, built by the hard work of everyone involved. The partnership with SoftBank was not permanent. A few years later, John II and David's son bought the company back. For a fraction of the price, just $450 million. This move allowed them to return to their core principles of private ownership, long-term thinking, putting people before profits. They had tasted incredible wealth but chose to return to the model that felt right, protecting the culture they had cultivated. Under their steady leadership, Kingston became the undisputed leader in its field. It grew to be the largest third-party manufacturer of memory modules in the world. The company now employs thousands of people globally and generates billions of dollars in annual revenue. Yet it has famously remained a private company, free from the quarterly pressures of public shareholders. This allows John II and his partner to make decisions for the long haul, to invest in their employees, and to maintain their unwavering commitment to quality. Their success is a powerful testament to the idea that slow and steady does, in fact, win the race. John II's approach to money and business is refreshingly simple, grounded in common sense. He did not follow complex financial models or chase risky, high-yield investments. His primary rule was one of frugality and reinvestment. In the early days, every dollar the company earned was treated with immense respect. Instead of paying themselves lavish salaries, he and David's son poured the profits back into the company. They bought better testing equipment, hired more engineers, and built up their inventory. This cycle of earning and reinvesting was the engine of their growth, allowing the company to expand using its own resources rather than relying on outside debt. Another core tenet of his financial philosophy is an intense focus on quality as the ultimate driver of profit. He understood a fundamental truth: a superior product creates its own demand. When customers know they can trust what you sell, they come back again and again. They also tell others. This word-of-mouth marketing is more powerful and more cost-effective than any advertisement. By investing heavily in a 100% testing policy, he was not just incurring a cost, he was making the most important investment in the company's brand and long-term financial health. The money spent preventing a faulty product from reaching a customer saved far more in the long run. When it comes to personal wealth, John Two's attitude is just as pragmatic. Despite being a billionaire, his lifestyle has remained remarkably modest. He is known for his simple tastes and avoiding extravagant displays of wealth. For him, money is not the end goal. It is a tool. It is a resource that provides security, freedom, and the ability to make a positive impact. He teaches that financial success should not change who you are at your core. This humility and lack of attachment to material possessions have allowed him to stay focused on what truly matters: his family, his company, and his community. The advice he would offer is straightforward and timeless. Live within your means. Keep your costs low, both in business and in life. Focus on creating real value, not just on making money. Be patient and think for the long term. And perhaps most importantly, share your success with the people who helped you achieve it. These are not revolutionary ideas, but they are powerful in their simplicity. They are the same principles a wise parent might teach a child about handling an allowance, scaled up to a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. It is a reminder that the soundest financial advice is often the simplest. John Two's entrepreneurial spirit did not stop with Kingston. While the memory company remains the cornerstone of his legacy, his curiosity and business acumen have led him to explore other ventures. He and David's son established a holding company, KingMax, to oversee their interests. This let them invest in and support other tech businesses. Quality customer service, careful financial management. They had created a formula that could work elsewhere. One extension, Kingston's gaming division, HyperX. Launched in 2002, HyperX began as high-performance memory. It grew into a global gaming peripherals brand. Headsets, keyboards, mice, smart move. They adapted to a passionate market. Computing evolved. Esports and online gaming exploded. HyperX became a dominant player. In 2021, they sold HyperX peripherals to HP. Beyond business, Two cultivated major philanthropy. Guided by responsibility, he and his family gave generously. Education, healthcare, the arts. Their giving was often quiet, without fanfare. Supported schools. Funded medical research, helped build community centers. He believed wealth obligates giving back and creating opportunities. His philanthropy extends his business philosophy. He invested in people. He invests in community foundations. He's a passionate musician, plays drums in JT and Friends. The band plays charity events, raising money for causes. This fusion of passion and giving defines him. He built wealth, but measures success by impact. A reliable product, a secure job, a helping hand. The story of John Two is, in the end, a quiet epic. It is a journey that proves you don't need to be the loudest person in the room to build something of immense, lasting value. His life's work is a counter-narrative to the myth of the reckless, fast-moving tech founder. He chose a different path. Patience, precision, partnership. He built his empire not on hype, but on a product that worked every single time. From a garage in California to the pinnacle of the global tech industry, his journey offers lessons still relevant today. For anyone starting a business, clear, practical takeaways. First, master your craft. He learned computers with his own hands. Second, find the right partner. His bond with David's son was built on values and trust. Third, obsess over quality and obsess over customer service. Fourth, be prudent with your money. Reinvest in the business. Keep costs low. Grow at a sustainable pace. These pillars support a lasting enterprise. His story also teaches about wealth. Financial success need not be the final destination. For Two, money became a tool. Provide for employees. Secure the company's future. Give back to the community. He proved you can be a billionaire and stay grounded. Lead with humility at a global scale. Find joy in service. Find joy in passion, like playing drums for charity. This humane capitalism is his lasting legacy. Ultimately, his life testifies to steady, honorable work. Integrity is a business strategy. Loyalty is a currency. The best companies are built like families. In a world that worships disruption and speed, his story is a calming reminder of a quieter, deliberate path. Do the right thing for the right reasons, do it well. Success will follow, a success that enriches you and enriches everyone you touch.